Greetings, cousin. Thanks for responding to our call for reinforcements. There are Necrons on this world.
Well met, cousin. I wasn't planning to stop, but I saw Dark Angel, and I thought Honor Duel could be fun. You know our Legion's history. This is why I'm here. Honor Duel. First Blood. I'm not ready to win. Too much fun. That was a coward's move. What do you say? Best of three?
We must be ready for the Necrons.
Fine. They are the elite veterans of the chapter. To be a member of this select brotherhood is to wield the very deadliest weapons of war, while serving as the personal guard of their wolf lord.
What's in the box, dude? It's a surprise!
Welcome to an Evil Clown Slayer review / unboxing. Today we'll be looking at the McFarlane Warhammer 40,000 line, Space Wolf, the Wolf Guard specifically, and this guy was released with the Khorne Berserker and the Ultramarine Terminator, and this is the third one from that line. Excited to get him open and take a look. Let's start off by looking at the box. I'll give it to McFarlane. These boxes have been pretty awesome. Kind of hard to say that it's worth the extra $10, but so far these three figures have all come with quite a few extra accessories, and the boxes have been really cool. Again, not a huge deal for me because I don't like to save the boxes. But let's get this thing opened up. So, sometimes known as the Rout, or the Sixth Legion, I believe. These guys were founding legion, one of the original 20. Some fun facts: they were known as the Emperor's Executioners once upon a time, and they were, rumor had it that they were tied to some of the missing chapters or missing legions. Originally there was 20 Primarchs, and then they've kind of written off two. I think it was the Second Legion, and shoot, I don't remember, the 19th maybe? I don't know, but I know two disappeared, and there was a rumor that the Space Wolves were involved with the disappearance of at least one of those legions. Alright, let's take a look. So again, they do come with quite a few of these accessories. The original one, or the previous lines tended to come with like maybe a weapon, maybe two if you're lucky. The backpack's pretty standard. Now this is cool because it is unique. A lot of the backpacks have been pretty just bland, one color or the other. This one has the wolf skull and this little honor rack up here. Kind of nifty. Stand. We've seen this with pretty much every McFarlane figure you're ever going to buy. We have a, I don't know, power axe or frost axe, I believe they'll sometimes call them. We got some hands here. This is new. These last, the Khorne Berserker and this guy are the first that I'm aware of that came with extra hands. It's kind of going the route of the Joy Toy. Having the extra hands are kind of cool. I'm not sure. I mean, having a fist, I guess, makes sense. Finger, I mean, maybe if they move that finger over a little bit, it might be funny. Do one of the other fingers pointing, but yeah, it's interesting. I don't know how much of the hand swapping I'll be doing. I do appreciate this. This is a new gun. It's not just one of the previous ones that they've redone over and over again. It's actually got a little, I think it's a different size compared to the other ones. There's the rifles, which are quite a bit bigger. And this one is, I think it looks like it's probably about the size of the Reaver's gun that has a little handle there. But I like that. I think this is about the right size for like one of the traditional bolters, as opposed to the giant bolt rifles. Again, I'm old school. I like the stuff that I saw back in 3rd edition. Actually, let's look at this card. So another thing, these new ones have all come with these little collector cards. Kind of cool. I believe this is the same art that was on the back of that box. Actually, it is. And then here's the reading I got from the website. They got to work on their their descriptions here. They put some goofy stuff. Each one of them have made it challenging for me to read. They are the elite veterans of chapter. So of chapter, just stopping there. So I don't know, just goofy. All right, let's take a look. So, what I can tell so far, just looking at the pictures of the box, or looking at pictures online, everything like that, he looks very, very similar to previous Space Marines. But what I do, I just got done complaining about one of my last video, is that they sometimes get carried away with reusing the same parts over and over again. So this guy, that's unique. I like that. This is something new. I love this. This is awesome. This is really cool how it's part of the shoulder pad. The logo, it's not just painted on there, it's actually raised up. I like that a lot. Same thing, I like this. This is the kind of stuff I love. This is like what makes, like again, certain figures a little more unique. And now, this, I don't know why, but they're getting carried away with all these sashes going over everyone's crotch or whatever. At least the Chaos guys. They're just getting burnt out on the sashes or the belts. I do like that this is, again, I'm not sure, I mean, these look different. These are definitely different shin guards compared to some of the other figures. As far as the build goes, I mean, they have the same double jointed knees. Articulation is going to be very similar to the previous ones. I mean, they got the toes. I kind of wish they would work the toe articulation into these guys. They do it for the Chaos Marines and the Reavers. I wish they'd just do it for these standard Marines as well. So they've done the heads. This head is definitely different. I want to say that's different for sure. The way that they're doing these necks. That's not the way that it was done on the old ones. I'm not complaining yet. I'll have to tell you after I play around with it a little bit. Maybe that is the same. I'm sorry. I think that is the same as what the other ones were. That's okay. And this is the symbol for the Wolf Guard. So cool that McFarlane did their homework and actually put the right logo on there for the character he's supposed to be. The arms seem to be very similar to the previous ones. Shoulder pad held on the same. There's going to be a double-ended. Well, maybe. Hard to see, but most of them, I believe, have a double-sided ball joint in there. I think this is the same. For whatever reason, this seems like it's harder to articulate, but maybe not. Again, hard to tell in there. So let's get them all put together here. So, this is actually a pretty decent face. The last face they did with the word bearer, his face was terrible, in my opinion. Now, this face actually looks really good. I feel like they did a good job with the detail. Got the mutton chops on there, give him a mohawk. So, head overall looks great. My issue, though, is that other than if it didn't have the mutton chops on there, this is really kind of giving me like Native American vibes, more so than like the Space Wolves. I've always grew up reading the lore or the books. They were more like kind of drunk Irish type guys or Viking style. Again, this kind of gives me like a mohawk. It's common with like I don't know. I'm thinking like a Native Americans running around with the mohawks, and that's kind of the face I get from him too. Is it almost gives me more of that like again the more dark. You kind of expect to see it maybe a red hair or a dark blonde. But other than that, again the face itself does look awesome. Let's so again, as far as all the little toys that come along with him, his hands are always such a challenge. Get these. There we go. Cram that in there. Again, in some cases have to pull out the hot water trick and loosen the hands up a little bit. So good. This axe is quite a bit smaller than the World Eater of the previous model that I opened up, or previous figure. I had a hard time with him because the wrists on these new guys are a little looser, and this is when you kind of see it. It's a lot looser than the other ones. The other ones would have no problem. At least most of them wouldn't have a problem doing this with one of their weapons. That axe again on that old guy, the other World Eater, was huge though, so that's partly why. But this particular figure that I got, everything seems to be pretty nice and stiff. Every so often you get them and they're kind of loose-limbed. It drives me nuts. But this guy seems pretty good. So far so good with this guy. Again, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these hands, other than, I guess, maybe make jokes or do something fun with them. We'll see. Man. Really tough with those hands. Yep, so there you go. Well, this is an example. Kind of loose. And again, not the end of the world. You probably don't really one-hand a bolter like this very often. You'd have to throw the across his chest and he could stabilize it a little better. I kind of wish they'd give me a flat hand for that reason, so you could have him supporting it or whatever. And again, they give us a fist and a finger for pointing. My finger points. But if you've had one of the previous Space Marines, you'll kind of understand what you're going to get with this one. With a couple extra accessories. The big difference, again, from the old line is the hands do pop off. Yeah, it's not too bad. I was messing around with the Word Bearer, or sorry, World Eater. But yeah, so to give you an idea of what that is, hopefully I can just cram this fist back on there. There we go. Yeah, not too bad. I think this is the first one I've seen with this closed fist. I don't think any of the other Marines have had a closed fist. I guess it'd be kind of nice to be able to have them give people knuckle sandwiches. So some quick fun lore for these guys. If you are sort of new to the lore of Warhammer, their Primarch was Lion. Oh, sorry, no. The Leman Russ. Leman Russ was they kind of all laughed and called him kind of a savage, but he was considered a great warrior, and he went toe-to-toe with a lot of his brothers, fought, basically was the one who ended Magnus, which kind of created a bitter rivalry between them and the Thousand Sons, who are now traitors. He also got in a fight with Lionel Johnson, the Dark Angels. And again, they're allies now, but they don't get along, and they have an honor duel they do every time they share the field of battle. They send out two champions and fight till first blood is what it's supposed to be, but every so often that ends poorly. Shout out to Ragnar Blackmane, I believe. And then early on in the Horus Heresy era, Leman Russ went to call out Angron, again, the Khorne Berserker guys, the World Eaters, the Primarch of the World Eaters, and basically said, you guys are going too crazy, you need to reel it in. when you get these butcher's nails out of your head. And then they, the two armies, the two chapters kind of fought each other, even though they're supposed to be allies. They killed a bunch of each other. So they have kind of a rivalry and dislike for each other. But that's about all I have. One other thing that make the Space Wolves a little unique or different, obviously they kind of look tribal. They have a flaw in their gene seed. It's called, oh shoot, I don't even know what it's called, but I know they can turn into something called the Wolfen. They can kind of turn into a werewolf under stress, or again, I'm not sure if it's more. I know the Black Rage for the Blood Angels under stress will sometimes cause them to lose their minds and go into a bloodthirsty rage, but these guys will actually turn into werewolf type guys, and they're just basically mindless hand-to-hand combat killing guys. But if you guys are interested, if you guys are you don't want to go as far back as the Horus Heresy, but you want something more fun, more current reading, I read some books, again, probably 20 years ago now, but by a gentleman called William King, and Space Wolf series. And I think the first book of that series is just called Space Wolf. Highly recommended. It's a relatively light read compared to some of the new ones now, especially the Horus Heresies. But they're fun. That's kind of what got me turned on to... it was one of the first books I read, and that's kind of what got me turned on to the Warhammer 40,000 universe. So, again, highly recommended. Again, it's Space Wolf, and it's about Ragnar, Blackmane, and pretty cool. But that is all I have. Thanks for watching. Feel free to give me some comments. Who are some of your favorite chapters? Or have we touched on all the chapters that you guys want to see, or do you think they're missing out on any? Do you think they're gonna do any second founding chapters anytime soon, or are they gonna keep cranking out these first founding legions? There's not a lot left, but well, that's all I got for you. Thanks again for watching. Evil Clown Slayer out.
Where are these Xenos? I see nothing. I smell nothing. I grow weary of this.
It may be months. We just need to be ready.
By the Allfather, look at that. Tell me this next time. I do not guard walls.
Disgusting. What is wrong with you?
This is so boring. Look, a Necron. Ha, wait, Willie. Want to learn of a fine tradition? Pull my finger.
I'll pass.
Fine, I'll do it for you. And now we wait. Oof.
Oh, what heresy is this?
You liked it? It is huge. Look out!
Not falling for it.
7 months. No action. How boring. This was such a waste of time. Is that a Necron?
Don't put it in your mouth.
It's mine. I'll do with it as I like.
Hello? Yeah. Just now. Oh, that's good news. That appears to have been the last Necron.
No, tell me you kid. I hate you. I hate you and your whole chapter.